today's fast-paced world, those with highly sensitive nervous systems often find themselves struggling or even on the brink of burnout. But you'll be glad to know that there is hope through something called Somatic Parenting Techniques. Here to find out more is Katie Connolly. Hi, Katie. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Okay, so I've got to ask, somatic parenting, what is it?
So I guess we look at somatic first. So soma is the body. So my work is I support moms in particular, but I work with the whole family, understanding sort of the mom's systems within her world and then within the family and within the greater context. So when we look at the body, we're looking at how we're experiencing life, really, how we're experiencing being embodied, different situations that come up in life. And then within that, using the body as a tool to communicate and express and move through experiences as they happen is sort of the sum of it.
So your clientele basically moms or the entire family?
It's the entire family, but it's mom who comes to me first because moms are typically the ones that are setting the emotional tone for the family. Typically, they're the ones caring for sort of these more subtle needs of the children. There are lots of incredible dads out there too. Mm-hmm. But more often than not, I'm connecting with moms first. And then I work with dads or partners and children.
So many times as a mom, we do struggle and there are lots of things that are thrown at us and we're stressed out. That obviously translates and goes down to the kids through our parenting. So how can we relax and make our kids kind of enjoy life more without us being so stressed?
Right. And that's really the trick, right? I mean, especially if you look at the whole COVID period, moms, again, this is totally generalizing, but moms by and large were the ones who were working, not working because their kids were out of school, then maybe working again, not working again, staying home because children were sick, etc. So it really had and we're just starting to see the effect that it had on mom. So that's another reason, I guess, that I work with moms. So in order to stay calm and to support our children, I'd like to go back just briefly, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So when we look at co-regulation, when we're connecting or mirroring with others, we need to consider the whole family nervous system. And we also need to recognize that children begin co-regulating with mom at 6 weeks in utero. So this is part of our understanding our sense of safety in the world. It's really important that we're able to connect with others, right? And if you think about sort of group safety and group mentality, when we go way, way, way back. So that's super important. So, and that's why mom is really important in setting a healthy emotional tone. So what I suggest with my clients is carve out your time for you first, because there are always going to be a million things that pull you all over the place and extra expectations, etc., that can pull you out from what you need to do to nourish yourself. But if you're not nourishing yourself first, how are you going to be able to show up present, embodied, and able to peacefully address the challenges that come up within your family, right?
Yeah.
And I know that's easier said than done. I get it. I'm a mom of 2 myself. I'm highly sensitive. My children are highly sensitive. So I fully understand the challenges that we're living in right now. But this is really a priority, prioritizing our well-being first. A second tip that I've shared with clients for over 12 years now is taking regular checkpoints throughout the day. So in addition to carving in your personal time to nourish yourself, however that looks, it might be meditation, it might be like going to the spa, maybe it's going for a walk in nature, painting, etc., socializing, whatever it is for you, taking little checkpoints throughout the day. So I don't believe in setting yourself up for disaster and saying, oh, I'm going to do an hour meditation in the morning, because that's not realistic. And you'll just be you'll feel defeated, right? So instead, if you can get 2 to 5 minutes to connect with your body, notice your breath, notice your emotional state, your thought patterns, etc., sensations in the body in the morning, that's a great time to sort of build in maybe an affirmation for yourself or a gratitude practice when we're coming out of that theta space where we're little sponges into the world, to really set the tone for the day. And then doing little checkpoints throughout the day. So like every 2 hours, just taking a moment to maybe connect your feet to the earth, notice your breath, notice the sensations and emotions, because we're busy picking up all sorts of energy throughout the day. And if we don't recognize what we're picking up, it can become too much for us, especially if you're highly sensitive. And so this is also a great tool to share with children and youth. And we don't want to get to 5 o'clock and be totally either exhausted, melting down for children or even adults, and totally overstimulated and not being able to be present in our bodies to, again, enjoy the wonderful moments of being a parent, especially when our children come home at the end of the day, and to be able to support them, because very often they've had a long day too. So those are my 2 big tips.
What are some the things that sets your work apart from others that are in the industry?
I think that I have such I've been working with somatic practices, I guess, since I was a child. So my mom taught me breathwork and meditation as a child because she recognized that I was dealing with anxiety. I'm prone or have ADHD tendencies. I've never been diagnosed, but if I was, so I've been working with those tools since I was a child. And then I discovered how to move emotions through my body and body mapping actually as a child. And so that's a tool that I share with families today. Like, we have our bodies with us. We're able to access the tools within our body, our voice, movement, sound, to release and move through emotions and experiences as they come. We don't need anything else. So I think having that experience and that knowledge, and then of course, further training more professionally in these aspects, has really enriched my practice and makes my practice very unique, very practical too.
Especially since you've been there. I mean, you're sharing exactly the same things that other people are going through, so they can listen to you and understand. What services do you offer, and how can folks get in touch with you?
Right. So I offer a mom retreat, so I can work with moms as groups or one-on-one. And I also work with the family in that package. And then I also have my app. So parents, anybody actually can access the app. There's tools. There's a free intro course for just to learn about breathwork and different somatic practices. Lots of information for free on the Glow Within app. And then there are further trainings and practices, my award-winning children's yoga cards, etc., that can be purchased as well.
Now, say that app name again. We didn't get that.
Glow Within. So it's Glow and Within, but only one W.
Gotcha. Thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate that. And I'm feeling a calm come over me right now. Maybe I just need to slow down, but I'm looking forward to going to your app and finding out more. Thanks, Katie. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Kelly.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.